Oh, hi everyone. My name is Lomi Sochik. Um, what happened was, um, I need you. What I'm asking you this, what I'm asking to everyone out there is that I need some donation. I'm in a real big problem here. I have a real big problem here. Um, I was employed in Walmart for 14 years, and I had two accidents with them. In my first accident, I had the racket card, and it's 2 day care racket card, and the top deck, they flip it to the back and they fill it with merchandise. And then I was emptying the merchandise, and the top they can flipped in my head, and I had a big bump here in the back of my head. And in fact, the racket cart is on recall right now. They have a big recall, and it says that if you are injured with that cart, you have to call this number. Well, I tried to call, they never returned my call. But that accident was actually reported to the office, and they never took me to the hospital, nothing. And here I am. I'm just unemployed, hourly employed. So uh, I don't want to lose any time off or anything. So I just didn't make a fuss of it, and I continued to work even though I had a bump here, big bump in the back of my head for 2 months. I kept continue working, but the accident was reported. Well, the next accident I have, maybe a year or two from that accident, in 2014, April of 2014, April 12 of 2014. They brought me this big pallet because I was a stacker on third shift work, night shift from 10 to 7. I was a stacker, and they brought me this big pallet as a stacker in pharmacy, and they brought me this big pallet, and it was high pallets, and the, I was emptying these big pallets, and the mixes. We have like two different kind of fruit. One are those boxes, and another one there is like, it's called a break pack boxes. It's bigger boxes, and it's mixed with every little stuff in there by pieces, and that's usually separated from the regular boxes. But sometimes, Walmart fired their employee all the time, especially the unloaders. They get fired a lot. They have new employees a lot, and so the instruction cannot be followed, or maybe they have a new unloaders that they just take them to the back and empty the truck and put them in the pallet without no training, no direction or nothing. So sometimes that's what happened. On that time, they overfilled the pallets, and the pallet was too high. It's more than 7 feet high, and on the very top of the pallet there was a carton. There was a carton of a drink, Walmart nutrition drink, a whole carton. It is as heavy as 2 gallons of milk. That's how heavy it was, and it was in the very top of the 7 foot high, more than 7 foot high pallet. And it fell. I was emptying these break pack boxes, those little things in this side. And then that thing came coming down, and it hit on my head, and I did, not really prepared for it because I was, making, doing work, and it hit on my head. Oh my God, that that box fall on my head. It break open in my head, and well, my head didn't break open, but it felt really so bang up. It was so bang up, and it was like, oh, it was miserable. It's feel like somebody hit you on 2 by 4 in your head, on the top of your head, and I reported it in the office. They took an accident report, but there was no offer to take me to the hospital. There was no offer to send you home. I kept saying to the manager, my head really hurts, but I can afford to go home, because if you say I want to go home or take me to the hospital, they make you clock out. And I said I can't afford to go home. So, and the manager just didn't say nothing. And so I kept on working all night long. And this happens 12 o'clock, 12:30, something like that at night. So I had to work all the way to 7 o'clock with my head so bang up. And then I went home. I went home on that night. I went home in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. After 7, after I clocked out, when the shift was over. I went home and I was so afraid to sleep because there might be a concussion. They said you shouldn't sleep when you hit your head because there might be a concussion. So I was so afraid to sleep, and I went home and I didn't sleep all day. And then I had to go back to work the next night. I had to work like that with my head so bang up and so hurt, and my neck so hurt for another 3 nights. 3 nights before my day off. So when my day off comes up, I told them I need to go to the house. I need to go see a doctor. And the manager said, okay, you're going to see a doctor. So he disappeared himself. He went to a room in the personnel room and locked himself over there for 3 hours trying to make a doctor's appointment. And so when I got so I was waiting outside, and people were looking for him. They couldn't find him here. He was on that locked door. And finally he came out there after 3 hours. And I was walking in the store, I was in the lounge room, I was in the administration office to wait for him. And then, so they took me to the hospital. To the doctor. To a family doctor. That is their doctor, their panel doctor, they call them. And it is a family clinic. And I went there, and I spent all day at the doctor's clinic. If you get hurt in Walmart, you spend your all day in the clinic waiting for the doctor, because the doctor is busy with a lot of patient, and also he has to attend the Walmart's conference on the phone. Walmart would have to give them a conference, the doctor a conference on what to say, what to do, or what, to cover their trick, to cover their butt. And so what happened was, I was there, and then there was an examination with the doctor, and then they took me for an x-ray. And then after that, I went back to this little room with the doctor. And so the doctor said that I am okay, that I didn't have no fracture in my head, that I have no concussion, that I'm okay. And I told the doctor, now I was prepared to hear that, because working for them for so long, you can hear people complaining about them, the people who got injured, and they all have the same story, that Walmart would manipulate the doctor. Even if you're not okay, they tell you you're okay. So when the doctor sit down with me and say I'm okay, I cross-examine him. I said, how do you know I'm okay? It's my head injury. And he said, that's the thing, is that I'm not a head doctor. I'm not a neurologist. And I said, and how can you say I'm okay? And he said, there's something on the neck, but he needs a radiologist to read the x-ray. And then I said, how can you say I'm okay when you don't know? And he said, well, I said, is that because Walmart told you to say I'm okay? And he said, well, Walmart pays me, so I have to say what Walmart told me, you know. So it's basically from the get-go, Walmart had messes up everything, okay. And so since it was my day off, and the third day when I come back to work, it was my first day off, and then the next day, and then the third day I came back to work. I wrote a letter to that manager who made the appointment. He was a co-manager. I wrote a letter to him. I told him that I know what he was doing in that 3 hours in that office. He was not just making an appointment, but he was making instructions to the doctor on how to tell the patient or you know. And the manager called me to come to see him in the office. And we sit down, and he told me that he's gonna write me up for saying something. And he wrote me up for saying something. And you know, write up, they call him coaching. Actually, the truth about coaching is supposed to be your production. But the managers, it's not, they can't call you for anything and they charge it as coaching. And you're gonna get fired when you have 3 of those. Okay? So, he wrote me up on a time. And then I went to hire a lawyer. May 12, I think, I hired a lawyer. And for my injury. And then I kept working and working and working. I'm a hard worker. My evaluations is good. My evaluation is very good. My evaluation usually don't take a few seconds because there was no comments, no nothing, you know. All these years working for them. And then I hired a lawyer on May 12, and on May 15 I have another run into the store manager because he donated money to the Chamber of Commerce, and he had a big picture on the Chamber of Commerce and donating money. And this time our hours were gone, our bonus were forfeited, and he was donating money to the Chamber of Commerce. So on that picture I cut him out, and I wrote something there. I said, where is my donation? And I put them in the top of the clock. And, you know, on April 15 of 2014. A few days after I hired my lawyer. And so he called me in the office for that. And he wrote me up for that. And you know, I told you, when they called you in the office, they said it's coaching. And it's really not coaching supposedly because it's not about your job. It's your right to speak up. And well, they do what they want to do. That's why, you know, they said you're being coached. And so it really doesn't fit the definition of coaching. And So he told me then that that the accident is my fault. And I kept saying, no, it's not my fault. And he said, yes, it is. And I said, no, it's not. And he said, yes, it is, a few times, over and over, back and forth. I said, yes, it is. I said, no, it's not. And then he told me that the MRI is going to cost 5,000. So I figure, okay, they're going to take care of me. They're gonna give me an MRI because I really want to know. That 2 times my head got banged up. I really want to know that I'm okay. And so I waited and waited and waited all this time. That was 2014. I never heard nothing. Nothing until, when it comes down to before the 4th of July, Walmart gets busy and we can't get no vacation. Especially from November, actually from November until the New Year, we can't get no vacation. We're until really the inventory, because their inventory was February. After February, we can get no vacation. So I just keep on working and working and working. And then in January 18 of last year, 2015, they fired me. They said in the discharge statement that I have 3 coaching, in which all this coaching is not really a coaching. All this coaching is my question to them. That first coaching, I questioned that the supervisor, the assistant manager supervising the 3rd shift, that why are these things not done when I'm not here? When I come back, I have all these pallets. And she wrote me up for questioning her. That's the first of the coaching. They said coaching. It shouldn't really be a coaching because it's the other way around. I'm the one that's questioning her production. I'm the one that's questioning all of these 3. But they'll charge you what they want to charge you because they think they have the power. And so they said in my discharge for a statement that I have 3 coaching, level of coaching, and I was working unapproved overtime on that morning. Now it's a lie because Walmart they are in a big lawsuit with some people. Some people were complaining that they don't pay overtime. They don't pay overtime. If you're over your scheduled hours, they make you sit in the back room to burn. They make you burn your over before Friday night or on Friday night, because that's the end of the week. So they are lying that unapproved overtime. And another thing is that they never schedule people over 40 after Christmas of 2014. This is the 3rd week from Christmas that I got fired. They do not schedule 40 hours. They were only scheduling us 35, 32 on the New Year, and 35. This week that I got fired is 35. And the thing is that too, they have never fired people for working over the scheduled hours because it's not overtime until you're over 40. That's one thing of their statement, saying I'm working and I am working unapproved overtime. It's not true because the state law is 40 hours before they pay overtime. So that was a lie. And another thing, I was the only one. They went out in that morning. Don't everybody schedule 35 hours? Don't everybody has to get out there at 6 o'clock in the morning? I was the only one. Nobody, they haven't fired anybody for being over. So, what is it all about, And so they fired me. And I was living off my 401k money for a year. And then I waited and waited for my injury lawyer. And I tell him every time I called him, and where is I want to see a neurologist. I need my MRI. My right eye is losing vision. My neck is severely injured. It hurts my neck all the time. My right neck, especially my right neck. My right neck, it seems like I'm always tilting this way. My right ear cannot hardly hear. I cannot use it for talking on the phone because I cannot hear right on my right ear. I have to go like this in my left. And my back hurts. And it tingle all the way down to my toes. Because, like the doctor said, panel doctor said that my neck was severely injured on that accident. And your neck hold is the and holding your neck is connected to your spine. And that's why I was really concerned from that day, from the get-go, because when the doctor said that my neck is severely injured. Because our neck is connected to our spine, and our spine is connected to our bones. Paralytic. I've seen some people who have spinal, their spine is injured. They become paralytics. So that's why I'm really pressing that I want some tests done. And my head, the muscle spasm of my head is like squeezing my head. It's like there is a hand going inside my skin on my head and going and squeezing my head. And then my head goes tightening. And then after tightening, it goes numb for a while. Then it goes back to normal. And then when I lean somewhere, if I lean this side, I feel the pain going this way. If I lean this side, I feel the pain, And so it's very, very frustrating because sometimes I cannot do work. I cannot be tired. If I'm tired, my head is like goes spinning and the muscle spasms are it's more often, and I'm losing my mind. Oh my God, my memory is what I'm worried about. My memory is I'm losing my mind. I drove, it's just a few miles down the road, and I went to turn to the dumpster to throw my garbage, my trash, and there is a sharp turn. After like 50 miles, I see this big truck behind me. So I was thinking, did I even look around? Or why is this truck right behind me? Did I look when I turn or what? I'm forgetting where I am, I think, And I'm forgetting where sometimes I drive to Charleston and I'm like, where am I, And one time we didn't have no shampoo for like 2 weeks. I put water on my shampoo bottle and then I've been in town how many times a week, and a few times I'm here actually in the shampoo aisle, and I go over there, I walk in the aisle, and all of a sudden I black out. I'm like, I don't know what I need, and then I come home without shampoo. And And my dog food is the same thing. I walk in the dog food aisle. I don't know what I need. It's just like in a split second, it just blocked my mind, and then I don't know what I need. And then I just have to let go, because if I don't let go with that, my head would be spinning. And I come home without dog food. I needed lighter. I had a lighter because I do barbecue a few times a year. And I had a lighter, and I threw that away because I couldn't start. So I bought this big box of matches. Well, it's humid here. A lot of times it's humid, and that matches would not start. And when I go burn some woods, because we're out there in the country, we're allowed to burn, I had to use my matches, and I strike them all that how many times, and it don't start. It's frustrating. And I said I want to buy a lighter, and I'm gonna try to buy a lighter in the dollar store because it's cheaper. So that way, if it don't work, you don't lose a lot of money. And I actually passed by in the dollar store, and I said, I don't know what I need in the dollar store. Because right across Walmart, there is a dollar store. But I forgot what I need in the dollar store. I mean, it's crazy because I don't need much in the dollar store. I only have one item at home that had to be bought in the dollar store because my husband had want that item in the dollar store. And I said, I don't know. It took me a long time. I finally got my lighter because it was Sunday, and I usually don't go nowhere on Sunday. And there is a town close by me, Cottageville, but I hardly go down there because people get in trouble driving in town. It's only maybe a quarter mile long, and people get a lot of speeding tickets over there, and the speeding ticket there is it's no kidding, it's about 400. You get speeding there. They are very known to do that. They are very known. The police there is making like 60,000, and that's how they get their money, is to give tickets. So I stay away from that town. Well, I remember, I was trying to burn something, and this was Sunday. And I usually would want to burn before the rain comes, so I know it's safe. Well, my matches do not work, so I was forced to go in that town because it's close by to buy lighter. So I finally have my lighter after all this time that I keep thinking and forgetting. In fact, the day before that, I was in town. I have my receipts of what I buy in that day, and then that Sunday I had to go on that close by town. It's because if I do not get it on the time that I need it, that I remember it. When you say, "Oh, I'll get it when I go in town," and I will forget that, And then here in the house, my sink is only a few steps to the laundry room. My detergents, my washing detergents, are there in the laundry room. I need some detergent. I step down. It's probably about 6 or 7 steps to the door of the laundry room. I get in the door of the laundry room. I don't know now. I just black out, and I do not know what I need. I stand up there at the door, looking on everything, and I do not know what I need. And I had to let go. Paper towel is by the laundry room. I am out of paper towel. I go over there. I stand up in the door of my laundry room. I don't know what I need. I look around. The paper towel is looking at me. But I didn't know what I need. I didn't know that it was a paper towel. And that's is killing me, the memory. Now, I filed a lawsuit last week. It's a week now. Thursday. Wednesday, I was actually there at the courthouse to file a lawsuit because I have no lawyer. I don't have no trust with lawyers here in South Carolina. Anyway, I mean, I have no trust with the lawyers. These lawyers here, they won't do. They have communications with the other lawyer, and you do not know they are talking behind your back or something. I don't trust. I fired my workman's comp lawyer, and I'm handling it now. So I was there last week, Wednesday, to file my lawsuit in civil court. I'm filing defamation lawsuit, negligent of emotional distress, and intentional infliction, negligent infliction of emotional distress, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, and retaliation. And I was there Wednesday, and the clerk of the court gave me a hard time. So I came back to file it on Thursday, the day after that. But when the Thursday comes, I was driving down the road, all of a sudden, I had a blackout in my head that I do not know where the courthouse. I'm like, what road am I gonna go to, that road or this road? Where is the courthouse? This is a small town, and I've been passing by the courthouse all the time. I mean, I shouldn't forget, and all of a sudden I forget. That's how I'm losing my mind. I go to his hardware the other day, and I was talking to the register, putting my order. I want this, I want that, and all of a sudden I black out. I didn't know what I want, and I told the cashier, what did I say? What did I want? That's how bad is my memory now. So, with all of this, I have to fight with them now. I can't trust with the lawyer. I have to do it all by myself. And the workman comes. I put in a motion at the workman comes for a hearing. Because I said, my health is deteriorating, and my head and all that, And their lawyer responded my motion, and they denied everything. They denied that I was even hurt. They denied that I was in the workman's camps on that time. How can I'm not in the workman's camps? I worked there for 14 years, And the lawyer of the insurance said that both me and the employer were not in the workman's camps on that time. I don't understand. And then in the bottom, there is the amount of how much I would have to receive for workman's compensation. A week is $528 a week, and it says there to be provided. I don't understand when is that to be provided, when they denied everything on the top. So I am left now with no money, and I really need your help, everybody out there, especially for people who work for Walmart, because this case is not only mine for me, but it's for everybody, because my victory on this case is a victory for everybody who filed workman's comps, and especially for you who are employed in Walmart. Walmart really do fire people who got injured, because when they fired you, there would have a chance that you're going to move out and forget about your filing. You would have to move out and you can sue them. Or like when my workman's comes, they said, oh, she don't work here anymore, we got nothing to do with her. Okay, I said, is that why they fired people? So that they said, oh, we got nothing to do with her, she's not employed here anymore. You know, that's just not right, you know. I feel abandoned. That's what my lawsuit in the civil court is all about. That the injury is not about the injury because the injury is handled in the workman's camps, but it is the injury in top of the injury that is already there. The abandonment, I feel so abandoned. There is time that I could just call the emergency or the 911, and you know, when my head really hurts and spinning, but I have to think I have no money. And I have nobody even here because my husband is in New York. He couldn't find a job here in South Carolina. That I had to send him in New York after the holiday to find a job. I'm like, who's gonna take care of my animals if I have to go in the emergency room? You know? It's really, really hard for me. You know, and I'm fighting for my unemployment. The unemployment, none of the people who got fired in Walmart here in South Carolina ever get unemployment because Walmart would fight and fight for you not to get unemployment. You know, and I'm fighting and I'm fighting, and so the unemployment said that there might be a hearing in Colombia, in which I don't really want to go to Colombia because the parking there is very bad. It's very hard to park. One time I went there and I had a parking ticket. And so, and it's far to drive. And another thing, if they ever give me unemployment, they want me to find a job, and then if there's ever a job that is $7 an hour, how much is the minimum wage now? They want you to take that job so that they won't pay you no more, you know. So in my lawsuit, I claim that the unemployment benefit money and my sick time, I have 192 hours of sick time and 160 hours of personal time that they forfeit, and $700 of bonus that they forfeit. I see that the total benefit that they forfeited is about 13,000. It's probably maybe more than 13,000 because the unemployment figure 6,000 something, that's only for people who are making 17,000. I was making almost twice as that. So my workman comes should be bigger. So, you know, so it should even be more than 13,000 that they forfeit from me. But now, I gotta fight with them in the court, and it's gonna take a long time. I guess at least 2 years. The court told me it's at least 2 years before you can get a hearing. So we'll see. But until then, I called the workman's camps for my motion for hearing. Still no schedule until now. My motion was sent in December 12, and I still got no schedule until now. So, you know, for you people out there, please help me. Help me so that I can fight with this crooked system, and that you know, and I can get justice, and justice for all. My justice will be justice for all, you know. Workman's comps is a big, big thing to people's life here in United States. Especially with these jobs now, they put too much on you. Too much. They don't want to pay you that much, but they give you all. They give you a lot of work and responsibility. If you ever find a job, and there ain't no job to find now too. There's a lot of unemployed here in South Carolina. And I can't find a job. I'm 55 today. Today is my birthday, really. I'm 55. And the services, 50 and up, can't hardly find a job now. So I know I'm gonna be one of those things. And also that my injuries, I have a question if can I handle a job now, you know. So please help me please donate some money for me to keep me afloat, just to keep me afloat. I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to fight with him to give me even a workman's comps benefit. So I need your help. I need everybody's help. You know, if you want to help me, please send me your donation to Lumia Sochik, Lumia. My last name is Sochik, Soucek, 954 Drew Hill Court, Cottesville, South Carolina, 29435. Please help me, everybody. Help me. Lumia Sochik, 954 Drew Hill Court, DRAWHILLCOURT, Drew Hill Court, Cottesville, COTTEGE, South Carolina, 29435. You know, Cottesville, like cottage cheese, you know, Cottesville, South Carolina. I'm going to post the update of the case and what I do in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.